been doing some homework recently concerning what even skeptical New Testament scholars have to say about the historical Jesus and the criteria they use to say, yeah, we can say that Jesus of Nazareth said this or did this, stuff like that. Well, just to kind of bring you guys up to speed with some of that criteria would be a big one. All right, Matthew and Luke, they both use Mark's gospel. I mean, yeah, that's more or less the skeleton of their gospel, Mark's gospel. And when they don't use Mark's gospel, they're generally considered to be independent sources from one another. Reason why that is because Luke's description of Judas's death in Acts differs from Mark's description of Judas's death in his gospel. I'm not here to have a discussion, can we harmonize them? What does the difference mean? All I'm saying is, it's real easy to find a harmonization if you want, so, don't worry about that. And J.P. Holding from Tectonics actually has a rather interesting bit of speculation concerning those two accounts. So, anyway, putting that aside, they would appear to be different accounts. So, with that in mind, we can say that Matthew and Luke, when not using Mark, are independent of one another. So, when something shows up in Matthew and Luke that doesn't appear in Mark, you could say, aha, independent sources attest to this saying of Jesus of Nazareth. Well, one of them is Luke 10:22. Luke 10:22. All things have been committed to me by my Father. No one knows the Son, who the Son is, except the Father. And no one knows who the Father is except the Son and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Well, hop over to Matthew. That happens in Matthew 11:27. All things have been committed to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father. No one knows the Father except the Son, and those whom the Son chooses to reveal him. So we can say with pretty good confidence that this is a saying of Jesus of Nazareth that goes back to a very early tradition that predates the Gospels, and possibly more. Maybe it's the Q document, maybe it's Matthew's one source and Luke's source is another that remember Jesus saying this. So what does this mean? Well, Muslims, you're watching this. This means that in two different sources, independent sources, Jesus claimed to be the Son of God and God to be the Father. This is one of the top two reasons, this and the crucifixion, why I just do not regard Islam to be a credible religion. And I'd urge you, if you're Muslims, to think this over long and hard. The historical Jesus of Nazareth very, very, very likely claimed to be God's Son. In an intimate way, not that son-servant crap that you try to use to sidestep it. Alright?